Good afternoon, everyone. For those who don't know me, I am Phil, Beck's brother. I'm reading this speech on behalf of our dad, Alan. So just imagine me with a slightly greyer beard and begrudgingly a little bit more hair. I'd like to use this speech to tell you all a bit about our beautiful daughter, Rebecca. Becky was born on the 2nd of June, 1993, a much longed for and wanted baby. Ina and I were over the moon when she came into our world. One of my favourite memories was each day when I came home from work was her toddling to greet me, which progressed into a run for a big cuddle each night. Rebecca has always been a hard worker and determined to achieve whatever she set herself out for. She achieved fantastic grades in her GCSEs and A-levels. As proud parents, we knew this would lead her to her ventures to university in Cardiff and Reading, where she achieved her teaching degree. Her first full-time teaching position was in All Saints in Wokingham, where she worked for 2 years before applying to a British international school in Singapore. Having flown through the interview, she was offered the job and was off for a life-changing experience. We as always were extremely proud of her, that she would get to travel around Southeast Asia, in which she had always dreamed of doing. This was supposed to be for 2 years, but no one has taken into consideration that within a short time of being there, she would meet the love of her life, Matthew. Matt came into our lives on our trip to Singapore, Christmas 2017. It was the first year that Beck was there. It was great to find Matt had the same values and interests as her, and was also such as family orientated. He was so relaxed and chatty, making such a wonderful first impression on us that he felt part of the family straight away. Fulfilling the dream of travelling, Beck and Matt spent the first 3 years jet-setting off to one idyllic place to another. No one was prepared for what was to follow with the COVID pandemic. Like everyone else, this curtailed travel plans. As parents, Ina and I had every hope that this would mean that they would come home. But having been offered a great opportunity with Matt's job, they moved to Chicago. For us, at least it was a move in the right direction, being an 8-hour flight rather than a 14-hour flight. We know Matt is special, as Rebecca had always said that she was never going to get married. And being such a determined young lady, we were resigned to the fact that it would never happen. So I cannot tell you how thrilled we are for both of them to have met each other. I cannot tell you how proud Mum, Phil and I are of you. Not only today, but always. And I'm sure everyone will agree what a beautiful bride she's made tonight. Matt looks all right too now, everyone, come on. Thank you all for helping us celebrate the wedding of Becky and Matt. And on that note, I'd like you all to raise your glasses to the couple of the day. To our daughter Becky and son-in-law Matt, the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Matthew Curfey.
I, Matthew Paul Curfey.
Take you, Rebecca Erin Mary Wright.
Take you, Rebecca Erin Mary Wright.
To be my wedded wife.
To be my wedded wife.
I promise to care for you.
I promise to care for you.
And to love and respect you always.
And to love and respect you always.
Matt, I give you this ring.
As a token of my love.
As a token of my love.
And as a symbol of our marriage.
And as a symbol of our marriage.
I promise to love you.
I promise to love you.
In good times and bad.
In good times and bad.
With all that I have to give.
With all that I have to give.
And all I feel.
And all I feel.
In the only way I know how.
In the only way I know how.
Completely and forever.
Completely and forever.
It is therefore my very great pleasure and privilege to declare that you are now husband and wife. Like for each other.
And I must now turn my attention to the reason we're all here. The woman I've spent the last 7 years of my life with, and I'm now so fortunate to call my wife. And I'd like to tell you a little story about our beginnings and how I came to love this woman. We met in Singapore, 2 immature, carefree 20-somethings on the other side of the world. And I'll be honest, neither of us saw it coming, but both of us knew it there was something there, and we decided eventually to go on our first short holiday for the weekend. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It was our chance to really get to know each other and see what makes us unique. So we arrived at the hotel, and my first thought was, how can one woman's suitcase be so disorganized? But it was the second day that I really got a glimpse of what makes this woman special. A quad biking excursion through the Malaysian jungle. So we all jump on the quad bikes, we set off into the thick Malaysian jungle. It's red hot, we're racing around corners with a false sense of confidence. And it was when we got to a particularly dangerous ridge that I looked ahead at Beck in front of me, and a sense of panic washed over me. Beck's quad bike was on 2 wheels and heading nowhere good. And sure enough, arms, legs, head, torso, handlebars, wheels go cascading off the ridge down into the thick Malaysian jungle below. A couple of things start running through your head at that point. Will she ever walk again? Those snakes we've been seeing all morning, I wonder if they're poisonous. Who are this girl's parents and what on earth am I going to say to them? Out of nowhere, like a phoenix rising from the flame, Beck appears from the undergrowth. And it was in that moment that I realised that not only is this woman beautiful, smart, caring, loyal, but she possesses life's most important skill. When it sends her a curveball, she always gets back on the bike and keeps moving forward. And that's how I know Beck, how I really know that what we have is going to last forever. Because once this girl sets her mind to something, she does not give up. And it appears that I am the man that she has set her mind on and made that commitment to never give up. And it is my honour and privilege to make that very same commitment today to you. Beck, you are my everything. I love you so much. You look absolutely stunning today. And stood at the end of that aisle, I felt like the luckiest man in the world. To the girl I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with, Beccy. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Every single time we come home, it amazes me that people welcome us back in. They treat us like we've never left. They bring us back down to earth in the way only the Brits can. And honestly, it's the most amazing feeling in the world. To have like a sense of camaraderie and belonging and the place that we call home, we cherish it, and it's something that we never ever take for granted. So today proves that very point. I look around the room now and people from every stage of our life here with us to celebrate our special day. So thank you all for being here, seriously.